2026, your loans are taxable. Student loans, we're talking about. If you got them forgiven this year, or if you're going to get them forgiven this year, there's a chance that you might actually get taxed on those loans. Now, this is something that started the forgiveness, the ability to not get taxed started back in 2021. That has ended January 1st, 2026. So if you got some loans that are being forgiven now or in the future, this is the episode that you want to pay attention to. As always, you have your co-hosts Deshaun and Cornell here, and this is Investors Playbook Live. Go ahead, Cornell, break it down for him. What exactly happened at the beginning of this year, man?
All right, so the beginning of this year, I caught a headline saying that student loans forgiveness could be taxable. So of course, this raised a red flag as being somebody with student loans. So I went to go check it out, and thankfully, it's only a certain type of student loan. So if you plan on getting loan forgiveness through having the income-driven repayment plan for 20 to 25 years, uh, currently that forgiveness is taxable. So, say you have $200,000 in loans, you get it all forgiven, that $200,000 will be added to your income.
Hmm.
Okay. So, this means you have to be very intentional about paying these taxes um, or reducing your taxable income with deductions or credits. So,
Precisely.
yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like for you, you are accepted, right? There's an exception for public service individuals, those teachers, a lot of people that are in the military or those that are government workers. Their loan forgiveness will more than likely, well, I mean, it's only changed, all the other ones. But if you have public service loan forgiveness, if you're on that plan, your loans are not taxable. This this act that was put into play by Biden back in 2021, um, that is what allowed student loan forgiveness, things like the SAVE plan or the pay plan, to be non-taxable. He was trying to help individuals get their student loans forgiven in that span of 4 years that he was in office. That is now over with. So again, like Cornell mentioned, you have to understand the importance of um, knowing how to manage if your student loans are going to be forgiven after 2026. There's a chance that they might continue rolling this over, but for now, it is no longer in play. All right. We want people to make sure that you are understanding how this is going to affect your taxes and how it could affect your taxes because this is a long play, right? If you've been doing the income driven repayment, you're talking about a 20-year, 25-year plan of you paying your loans on time. So people who have been paying their loans since 2000 are now starting to see that, okay, I can get my loans forgiven, or it may have been last year, 2020, or sorry, 2001. But if anyone is on that track, right, and if they're planning on getting their loans forgiven because they have been paying it, this could disrupt them. They might not have reached the 20-year mark just yet, but if this doesn't change by the time it's time for you to forgive your loans, just imagine what the tax implications could be when you do get those loans forgiven. Definitely something to think about.
And
So,
yeah, I've been thinking about that, man, because like the amount of loans people have, I think it's like an average of like 50 to 60,000. So even
mhm,
on that, man, you're looking at like over a 10K tax bill. And there are articles saying that most people don't even have $1,000 in case of an emergency. So how many
right.
people can pay $10,000 in an emergency? So of course people will want their loans forgiven, but the difference is, with student loans, you're paying monthly, it's a small amount, it's based on your income. That tax bill is going to hit you that year.
Yeah.
So, I, with Trump being in office, it's hard for me to see that he's going to extend that.
Yeah.
But,
Probably not.
but a part of me feels like he has to.
I mean, we've seen he doesn't have to do anything that we that we think he that we think he should do. Um, I think that the best thing you could do is prepare. We talked about taxes on one of the later episodes of 2025. And now this isn't even preparing for the taxes for the next year. if you are on a plan to get your loans forgiven, say you are on year 17 of 20, now you know in the next 3 years, your loans have a possibility of being forgiven. So there's an amount of time that you can, figure out how can you either offset that income. I mean, really, that's it. How can you offset that income? If you're just working a 9 to 5, and getting just that regular, uh, that one income tax bill, or whether you get money or you pay money, this can definitely disrupt what it is that you plan on receiving in the following year, or how much you plan on paying in the following year. Um, and even the standardized, or the what is it, the standard deduction that you take, a lot of times that won't necessarily take care of all of the new income that you're going to get, say, when you do get those loans forgiven, because depending on where you went to school, you could have upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans, right? And you're really banking on that student loan forgiveness to wipe all that away. And I mean, of course, it's a good deal, but it can rock some people if they aren't prepared. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And so we talked about the income driven repayment plan. Of course, right now, as it stands, it is taxable, but
Hmm.
there are other ways that you can get your loans forgiven. For one, I know we mentioned it. We got public service loan forgiveness, and it's crazy because, like, I talk to a lot of government employees. You know, I work as an educator, so I talk to a lot of teachers, a lot of administrators. There's a lot of people that haven't even put in a form for this, which is crazy. That have been in there 10 years, they've done the time, but they're just not paying attention to what they have to do to take care of business. So if you're in public service, you have a government job, you're a firefighter or a cop. If you a part of like a nonprofit that services the public, um, make sure you look into public service loan forgiveness. Even if you're not sure, put in the form and let them tell you that you don't qualify. It costs you
Hmm.
nothing to go on studentaid.gov, print out this form, and to turn it in. Okay. So for this, you need 120 consecutive payments. And even if you miss payments, still turn it in because they have a buyback program
Hmm.
where if you miss payments and then you put in a form, they'll let you know how many payments you missed and you can back pay for those payments in order to get the loan forgiveness. So that's a newer program that they just came out with Biden. So yeah, definitely check into it. Remember, it costs you nothing to figure it out. And public service loan forgiveness uh cancels 100% of your loans.
Yeah. No taxable implications.
Yep.
Public service loan forgiveness. Really, it seems like the only one that is getting taxable is the income driven repayment plans, because other forms of getting your tax forgiven are like disability. If you are unable to work, you can get your I said taxes forgiven, your student loans forgiven. Of course, if you uh, if you pass away, your loans get forgiven. I think those are mainly the other two. I'm looking at four total: income driven repayment, public service, well, income driven repayment, which is now taxable, public service, which is still in the realm of not taxable, um, permanent or temporary disability, and then, of course, you no longer being here, or death.
Yeah.
That would be
For
that would be
sure.
the
So
next one.
I'm gonna continue to run through them because I want people to know like exactly how they get some of these things. So
For
also
sure.
we have the teacher loan forgiveness. So teacher loan forgiveness is for educators, not just teachers. Okay. So I know that that can be kind of confusing because it's called teacher loan forgiveness. But if you're in any K through 12 public school, you're able to cancel up to 17,500 of your loans. This is also tax free. This is for 5 consecutive years of full time in education. Okay. So, of course, only the critical areas will allow you to get up to 17, like the full 17.5. All right. So, this is like math, science, and special ed. Okay. Uh, Right. So this is something that you can also go for if you're not planning on doing public service loan forgiveness, or if you own less than $17,000 in student loans. It could wipe you out. So that's pretty good. Um, and then as Deshaun was talking about, we have the permanent disability, but of course you need the to apply through Social Security and or have a physician certification stating that you do have that you are permanently disabled, so that you can get your loans cleared. And one thing that we didn't mention is borrower defense repayment. So if your school has closed down, or or they got involved in like some type of scandal or something of the sort, you can actually put in a form called the borrower's defense repayment. And of course, it takes them a long time, but they'll review your application, and you can see if you qualify to cancel the loans from that school.
Wow. Something I'm reading too. I didn't even really know about the teacher loan forgiveness, but it looks like it might be like a bank. Like if you use the teacher loan forgiveness, then your public service loan forgiveness resets and you have to work another 10 years.
I've seen that.
It doesn't stack. It's like you can't do, I'm gonna do 5 years, get 17.5 forgiven, do another five and get the rest of them forgiven. It's do 5 years, get 17.5 forgiven, start all the way over. That's what
Yeah.
I'm reading. So it's like it depends. If you got around 20,000 in student loans, it might be smart to do the 5 year plan. But if you got over 100, I mean, probably best to just wait the whole 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you mentioned that because someone did say that
Hmm.
back, because I'm in the field, so like people talk. So that's
Yeah.
why I have not claimed the teacher
Right.
retirement, just because I'm not 100% sure if it's a thing, but I'm not about to play with it. So
No.
of course I'm going all the way. But I wonder if you're able to get the teacher retired. Like, say you get the public service loan forgiveness, you get your loans wiped, and then you go back to school, are you able to still get the teacher um forgiveness, loan forgiveness? I don't think anything actually makes
Yo,
that
that's
clear.
damn.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for, especially as somebody who's 10 years in and is back in school. So
Yeah. After the 10 years, is it reversed? Like, is it
right.
opposite? Does it also count as a bank the other way around? And I think the main thing is, well, I mean, they're saying 120 payments, but they're also saying 10 years, and I'm guessing 60 payments, 5 years. I don't know, man. That sounds like someone that you need to call. You got to call up the student loan people and be like, hey, how does this work exactly? Because,
They don't know. All them people are
oh,
confused,
yeah,
man.
unfortunately, they probably don't know.
Bro.
You got to find some documentation, bro. You got to read it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
talking to the people that work there, they all say different things.
That doesn't help at all. It
It
actually makes
does
it more
not help.
confusing.
That's what I'm saying. Because somebody will tell you some information, be like, "Oh yeah, in 5 years you just got to do this. You do this for the whole 5 years," and they'd be like, "Oh no, you did it the wrong way. You were supposed to do it this way, so you
5
don't
years
qualify."
later,
Yeah, so
it's
man,
like, man,
you,
come
you
on.
got to be careful with those people because they will mess you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Always do your own research, man. We say that a lot in this episode. We are trying to, give you all some base information, some things that you might not have heard before, but please understand that your situation is not like their situation or his situation or her situation. Do your own research and make the decision based off of your current situation. Please, please, please. All right. I know I can't stress that enough. But yeah, I mean, it's a big change for 2026, especially when at this point in time, a lot of people are kind of struggling and figuring out how they're going to pay for any upcoming expenses that they weren't expecting. Right. So, definitely something to keep on your radar. If you have like a 5 year plan and you plan on getting your loans forgiven in that time segment, understand that they might come with you paying taxes on the money that you get forgiven, which can definitely rock any household depending on how much money you have in loans. Yes, it could be a positive overall, and I think it is a positive overall, just the fact that they are, even having things like that in place that you can get your loans forgiven. Um, but they're gonna get their money, right? And Biden did give a relief for about 4 years, but that is over now. Um, so you have to make adjustments and just prepare accordingly for when that does happen to you. So yeah,
Yeah. If
uh,
you're going under the income driven repayment plan
correct.
way, remember there are other ways that are still tax free and have been deemed permanently tax free, I guess until somebody changes them. So, yeah, you could possibly still be good, but if income driven repayment plan is the only way that you can get forgiveness or that you qualify through, definitely take those steps to make sure that you're financially set and ready for that tax hit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, look, we hope this episode taught y'all something. We really appreciate you all sticking around, getting to the end of the episode. Um, 2026 is here, people, and that comes with a lot of changes. But if you tune in every single week, you will learn something new. I assure you. So keep rocking with us throughout the year. Happy New Year, everybody. And we're going to catch y'all on the next episode.
Happy New Year,
Peace.
y'all. Peace.